Welcome to Vollrath University. I'm Chef Rich.
And I'm Steve Christensen.
And we're here today to introduce to you the Stoelting line of clear bowl frozen drink dispensers. Now the Clear Line series comes in a 3-gallon dispenser in a single bowl, double bowl, and triple bowl design. And we also have a 1.5-gallon clear bowl that comes in a single or dual design there as well. Now Steve, tell us why people love this series so much. Why do they love these frozen drinks?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Rich. Having operated frozen dessert and ice cream stores both in Australia and in the United States, I know that this is a good draw for a lot of operators for a number of reasons. The first of which is its slimline design. So it doesn't take a lot of counter space. It can go either behind the counter so that the employees can dispense the drinks. It can go on the front counter so that the customer can do their own self-serve type process.
You know, we're always looking for counter space in a restaurant, so a nice tight design like this, very compact, absolutely a bonus.
Yep, most certainly. And the great thing is it's just a simple plug-in, so regardless of where you put it in, you only need a regular 115 power source. The great thing too is the actual high margin nature of the products that are in this machine. So a lot of the ice cream, C-store, amusement parks, catering, cafe type applications, you're looking at a simple slushy mix, a granita mix, a frozen coffee mix. Works very, very well. So with a low food cost item, you can actually get a lot of volume out of that, and you're also reducing your overall food cost for your whole concept. And the great thing about this clear bowl design is that it's very visual so far as the customer is concerned. So whether it's at the back of the concept or at the front, the product rotating in here really gets people buying with their eyes.
That color just draws you to it and you can't help but notice it.
Most certainly. Now I would imagine in those kind of applications we get great value so far as food cost is concerned. I imagine when you add alcohol to this concept, it brings the margin up even more. That's
a great point, Steve. In my experience in bars and restaurants, alcohol in the bar business is super high profit, super high margin. A great place for this type of product to be utilized. The appeal of these drinks is super high across the board in all these different food service outlets, and the versatility of it. So speaking of a bar and the alcohol, think about margaritas, daiquiris, pina coladas, all the versatility that you have there, but really the possibilities can be endless. And one of the ways to do that is just simply mix up your simple syrup mix in this machine, which is just your sugar water basically, but it's a very consistent product and much faster than building it in a blender. So the bartender or the server would simply take out the mix and then add to it the flavorings that make it their own, and it's much faster, much more consistent product. So something like that, you can develop a signature drink and really create something unique and again, really high margin, but that time saver, really valuable there. To mix up the simple syrup, we want about a 12 to 18% sugar ratio or percent of sugar in our mix. So that's about 2 cups per gallon of water. So pretty simple to do there.
Yeah, and I would imagine the serving size is a little bit smaller in the bar and restaurant, because I know in the C-store frozen dessert we're looking at maybe a 12 to 16 ounce cup size. What are we looking at so far as versatility in sizes in bars and restaurants and so forth?
Absolutely right. In a bar and restaurant, the size of the glass can vary, but just a good kind of point to think about is if we're talking about an 8-ounce portion, in the 1.5-gallon series, we get 25 portions. In the 3-gallon series, we would get 50 portions, 58-ounce portions of product. So Steve, after we've made all these wonderful drinks, now how do we go about maintaining and cleaning this machine?
Yeah, Rich, look, unlike other machines, there's a lot of great features and benefits to this that is very unique. The first of which is that it actually has no seals or bushings on the drive shaft. So what that means is you don't have regular lubing, you don't have regular replacement of those wear parts. So what happens is the cost of ownership goes way down because there's no regular maintenance, no servicing, that kind of thing. Another great feature of having no seals in the drive shaft is that it really prevents any leaking dropping down a product from the clear bowl into the mechanism of the machine.
Well, that's a big deal. I can tell you, when you start getting this syrupy mix leaking, it just goes everywhere, and it's a real mess to clean up. So that's a huge deal.
Yep. Anyone that's had any type of machine like this will know that that's actually a huge problem. The design of the auger is actually quite unique as well. This is really the only unit on the market that has a horizontal and a vertical drive shaft or an auger shaft. So the horizontal is bringing the product towards the front. The vertical grabs it, pulls it back down, so you've got good rotation of product, not so far as consistency, but also just the appeal of as it runs through the bowl.
Excellent point. And the way that the Stoelting brand freezes the product is very unique. competitive units in the industry have a horizontal freezing chamber that goes down the center of the bowl, whereas this unit has a freezing chamber that's along the bottom of the bowl. And what that does is when the horizontal auger is bringing the product to the front, it's bringing it along that freezing chamber so that when you dispense the product, it's very consistent. Consistency is key in any operation, and with this design, it's the most consistent product you can get.
Yeah, very good point. The control on the front is very easy to navigate, very easy to read. It has an LED display which really indicates to the operator if the product needs to be topped up or if it needs any attention at all. So in the morning, you would bring your mix in, fill up the bowls, press into the freeze mode, and you're generally waiting about an hour and a half or so to get to this nice slush consistency. Again, very easy to read, particularly for the younger and more inexperienced operators in the restaurant game. It also has a great feature so far as a night mode or an auto defrost. So at the end of the day, you can go home, you don't even have to give it a hug or a kiss, you just walk out, and what happens is the settings that you set into the control will have it defrost overnight and then kick back in the morning before you open. So not only does it save power, but it also saves the continual freezing of product.
I'll tell you, that is something operators absolutely love. The ability to determine the time you want the unit to go into defrost and the time you want it to start back up. So when you walk in the morning, your operation is ready to go. There's no worrying about if this is going to be ready. It's all preset.
Very
Excellent
true.
point.
So all of these great features and benefits, very unique features and benefits, are all packaged in this pretty good looking machine.
Excellent, right? I mean, the unit itself, if you're going to have something like this in guest view, it's got to look good. This unit looks good. It's got a narrow footprint, as we've mentioned, so we can serve on counter space, which is always important. But again, the unit just looking as a nice quality piece, drawing attention to it with the merchandising appeal of these two clear view chambers. Really a nice looking unit. I think best one on the market.
So do I, Rich. So there you go, folks. That's a quick overview of the Stoelting Clear Bowl Frozen Beverage Dispenser. The last thing we need to do now, Rich, is just drink to our success.
I think you're right. Best idea I've heard all day. There you have it. Cheers.
Cheers, big ears.